This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Before taking any action based on the information provided on this channel, it is recommended that you seek the advice of a professional licensed financial advisor.
Let's do this.
All right, welcome back, guys. It is technical analysis quickly time, and I'm going to dive right into the charts. All right, this is Bitcoin on the daily, and you can see that we're still within the larger wedge that we began on June 18th. We had, the meltdown a couple days ago, and in the last 2 days, it's been working its way back up into the Bollinger Bands. Because if you zoom in here, this white cloud behind is the Bollinger Band. So as it extends its way out, it works its way back in. You can also see that the Ichimoku cloud, the Tenkan and the Kijin, are up here. And they're both like laying on top of each other. If anything, it looks like the Kijin is starting to come over top of the Tenkan. So we're probably going to switch into the Kijin staying for a while the Tenkan dips down. But that hasn't happened yet. And, we won't see a change in this until like 8 p.m. tonight. So we'll see how that unfolds then. But for now, let's take a look at some of the smaller time frames. On the 1 hour, you can see that we've got the huge cloud spread out like this during that drop. And then it forms the tunnel. And it's kind of just been banging around this tunnel. It's on the upper Bollinger Band of the 1 hour tunnel right now. If we flick through these, you see, the 2 hour has just started the tunnel. The 3 hour has not started the tunnel yet. So you're probably going to get, this come down like this, like that, and then you're going to be in the tunnel. So for now, this is making its way up to there. And you can see too on the Ichimoku cloud that the Tenkan came down, swooped them up, and is bringing it all back up to the Kijin. On the 4 hour, we're still very much in the ball. It's going to come down. This is probably going to be more like this. So you saw on the 1 hour that, this tunnel was closer to the bottom. On the 2 hour, it was slightly higher. On the 3 hour, slightly higher yet. In the 4 hour, it's not formed yet, but you're probably going to have it somewhere up here. So it's probably going to come up like this. And you can tell that because of this channel that's forming. I know this is overwhelming, but this is what I call my grid chart. It's got the Fibonacci circles and Fibonacci channels on it. So like this is a circle, this is a channel, this blue line's a channel, this blue line's a circle, and so on. I have now tried to differentiate from the Fibonacci lines to my wedges by making my wedges dots. So you can see that we formed this yellow dotted large wedge here. It goes all the way down there, and then next line starts here and comes all the way down here. Okay, so as we were working our way up the June 18th wedge, we'll call it, you can see the giant yellow June 18th wedge is out here. It's up there and over here. Those are not straight lines, but you get the point. That's the wedge. And then we were bouncing back and forth between here. And then up here, we topped out. And then we came crashing down this yellow wedge, okay? The yellow wedge is right here. Draw it with a red line. That's the yellow wedge. And if I zoom in on it, we hit here, then came down to here, up to here, down to here, and now we're making our way across. Within that wedge, we actually formed another pattern. From the hit that we did here, we came down to here, up to here, and down to here, and then across. So this purple wedge here, we actually have within the yellow wedge. So now we know we're about to be breaking out. And this is why I've been so confident about the fact that this is coming up. Well, there's a number of reasons. I mean, the Ichimoku cloud is telling us as well, but you can see these wedges forming. And as they form, they're telling you the micro level here of movements. So the short term, what's this thing going to do? And I can zoom in even further than this, and I'll show you all the ones that I've been following. But for right now, we're about to break out of this purple. So breakout would happen here. Then we're going to make our way to the yellow. Breakout would happen here. And then I fully anticipate and at some point another flop. So I'm going to say profits probably around maybe 23,000. I mean, you can see here that you've got, if it makes it all the way over to this spot, these are two Fibonacci lines crossing. So that's going to be a lot of resistance, and that's right around 22.6. But it might break past like one here, and then get caught up on the double ring at 23,491. So I'll keep monitoring and obviously posting more videos. If I then zoom into the 30-minute chart, you can see more wedges that I've been drawing because I wanted to know as things were unfolding, where was this going? So this was the end of the crash. Then it came back up and hit right here. So this is 2. Then it came down 3. Then it came up 4. And then it does a swoop down 5 breakout. Okay. And to get an idea of what was going on in here, there were more wedges. You can see the orange wedge here. We had a hit, 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 and then breakout. And then we jumped into this purple wedge. You can see go like that. And this was a hit, hit. Oh, no, that's the hit. This came down and hit here. And then we went up, breakout from right here. And then there was this blue wedge, which was a hit, 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 breakout, which was into a red wedge. And the first one was hit, 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 hit. And we're about to do a breakout. Oh, wait a minute here. This is up. Okay, because we've come all the way up and hit it again, I think we're about to move the line. Let me zoom in. Okay, so this is a zoom in on the 15-minute. It hit here, came up, hit here, came down, hit here, came up, hit here. And now this one is just making contact. So we're going to have to take this line and move it up to there, because what's probably going to happen is this is going to come a little higher and hit here. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to come down and do breakout. And that's probably going to happen here because of this red line. You can see that the Ichimoku clouds, Kijin, is calling this down. If I look at the 30-minute, yeah, we've got this starting to split over while this is carrying up. So this is going to pull this down to here. If I look at the 1 hour, yeah, we got the Kijin way down here. But even then, it's probably just a temporary pullback. So we might get, a red candle here or something like that, and then it will go right back up again. But we'll watch how this unfolds. All right, zooming out a little bit, looking at the 7 hour. We've got the Tenkin coming down and trying to swoop the 7 hour up. This could happen on the next candle. Let's see, which would be at 10 a.m. And here's another possibility. We've got a hit here, a hit here, a hit here, and now we're making a hit here. So now this is a sideways broadening wedge. So we, this pattern that we have, we don't necessarily know which way it's going to break down, or break out rather. So this came crashing down into this pattern, which usually means this is going to now do this and break down and out. And obviously at some point we're going to have to break down below this yellow dotted line, which again is the giant wedge that we started on June 18th. So that yellow dotted line are these purple lines here if we just look at a different chart. So we're going to have to break down out of here at some point. So with the red telling me that we're going to come down and come out, with this teal wedge here telling me that we're likely, though not necessarily, going to bounce off of this line and then come down to this line and possibly a bounce and a breakdown. This could be, the final straw, I guess, the final push up for Bitcoin if it can't get past this resistance. I mean, this is ultimately where it's held up. These Fibonacci lines, I mean, here you can start to see it coming down now. These Fibonacci lines are absolutely amazing. And we're coming up here against this red line that's next to, that you can see running all the way up kind of behind this dotted line, which is, the dotted line is something that the pattern formed itself, but you can see it's running right along this red line. So we just came up, hit this Fibonacci line, and we've been rejected. So we're going to come down to here, probably break out of this red, and then maybe come down to the yellow and even break out of the yellow down to the blue, which is the bigger wedge that it's in, and then break out down below that as well. So this could be a long pattern of red. Plus, if you look at the fact that we've got back inside the Bollinger Band on the daily, right here, we just broke back inside the Bollinger Band. So for us to kind of turn a little bit and go back down again for a second before we maybe come back up a little bit higher, it's certainly feasible. But in the short term, I just showed you that I think we're probably going to be going down before we come back up. So that's it for me today, guys. I'll check back in later if anything changes. I appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And, of course, all my other socials down in the description below. Have a great day.